Yo, what up? What up? It's Mikey Underdog. I hope you guys had a great week, great December. If you guys saw the video I did yesterday, I talked about what I think are the five biggest mistakes day traders make. So I'm going to kind of roll into the next video on how to avoid taking unnecessary losing trades, right? Whether you're green on the day, and then you're giving it back, or you're not green on the day and you're just trading to trade, right? So these are kind of a few topics that I want to go over on them, right? And basically just show you guys maybe just an example on SPY or something, or maybe a small cap or something like that, right? But, right, number one, right, if you saw the yesterday's video, the biggest mistake, right? But and to avoid unnecessary losses, I think you have to have a plan set and have that plan set from something that's been back tested, right? Whether you're long, short, trading options, whatever it is, okay? If you back test a strategy long enough, you're going to realize what A, B, and C need to do, okay? How the level two, how the tape is trading, okay? So if something pops up and you're just trading to trade, right? Those are going to be unnecessary losses that come up, okay? If you see a setup or something drops news or something's actually going or dumping, long or short, right? And you haven't traded that and you don't know what it should do after it puts in a leg or a dump candle or anything like that. Things trading sideways, okay? If you're sitting here and all of a sudden you jump into the computer and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna take a trade. Okay, I got SPY up because this is an amazing short this morning on it. But so traded SPY this morning, had some 380 puts. Whoops. All right, I had my plan. I wanted to see this 10-minute trend line crack. Okay, and it did that right here. Retested it and failed. Okay, so today I had a plan for SPY. Right, didn't catch any of this. Didn't even catch any of this on the way up. Right, I just I was trading small caps. I was shorting, going long on a few things, watching level twos and tapes. So I kind of missed the whole thing. I didn't want to have FOMO. Okay, look at this. This is number three, right? FOMO, avoid it. So SPY started to rip, and I couldn't find myself getting in, loading up with a decent amount of shares, right? I had 200 contracts on this one, um, or contracts versus shares, but I didn't find myself just buying this pullback right here or loading up right here. So I was like, I'm gonna wait. All right. So today on SPY, big level right here, pre-market highs, comes up to it, does basically a 5-minute tweezer top, and also let's go to the 10 because that's really what I based this on, was to get this 10-minute trend line crack right here. Okay. Um, all right, I saw this basically tweeter top. This is pre-market level, so I wanted to see this break the trend line and then follow through. Okay, so I had my plan. I didn't have FOMO on the way up. Stayed away from it. Yes, I could have gotten in, but the thing is like I don't know what to look for if I'm gonna chase something like this, right? I know what to look for on a 10-minute trend line crack. And I know what to look for of the retest on this failing. Okay, if you did it off the 5 or the 10, the 5-minute trend line was right here. The 10's right here. Okay, I know what to look for on the tape. I know what to look for, while I'm in that situation. Okay, right. So instead of blindly following people, right? This is another one, right? Not unnecessary losses, right? Do not blindly follow people in this sense because I mentioned this yesterday, the biggest mistakes, right? But this goes back into leading into unnecessary losing trades, unnecessary losses, is that you're going to take something that you have no idea how it's supposed to react. Long, short, how the tape's supposed to react, the reasoning behind the trade, all of that, any of that, right? So start learning, start tracking, build a folder. Stop blindly following people if you're going to be trading, day trading in general, okay? FOMO, avoiding it. Knowing when you're wrong and not trading with emotions, okay? This is going to kind of lead into like over trading, all right? The reason why I'm going to say this, because my buddy brought up a good point. It's like, we nail this trade, right? Nail this huge drawback right here, this pullback on SPY. The contracts actually, I had them at 132, and they went all the way up to $2.15. Okay, it was like a 60% banger, and I just almost pretty much stopped trading it. I was happy with the gain. So now if I retrade this and kind of go long, I get stopped out on this little, now I'm getting stopped out on things that I just don't know how it's supposed to react to. Okay. The chop, is it going to break out? It doesn't break out, it pulls back. Just this back and forth, sideways, or actually this kind of like horizontal, or, not horizontal, but like this kind of slightly vertical grind that it's basically trading in channel. Okay. So I don't want to get caught into this. I want to get caught into something that I know what I think it should do, right? Because trading these trend line cracks over and over and over again, we see what it does, right? So knowing when you're wrong and not trading with emotions, right? And over trading, okay, is going to be another one. All right. One of the biggest things that I see people do, right? All right, is okay. And this is going to go through a lot of things, right? And that's sizing accordingly. Okay. Even on, like, we killed Orc today, right? Great trade. If you didn't know how this tape was running, you're not going to understand that every pullback, there's a bunch of bidders on this level too that kept restacking. The thing was going, right? Even in general, on a day like today, right? The stock is trading on 13 million volume, right? It's important to understand how much volume is there, because if you try to start oversizing on a name that just doesn't have that volume, it's going to be hard to get in and out if you're that type of trader, without getting slippage or being big red. And it's an unnecessary loss, right? My biggest thing that I have over the experience is that I trade a momentum play aggressive, and then I see that same setup on a different name that's trading light volume, and then I trade it aggressively, and there's just not enough liquidation for me to get in and out without getting red, or just seeing a huge dump candle, coming from it, just because it's trading on light volume. So you want to learn how to size accordingly to how much volume's on the day. Are we in a hot market to do that for a long? Right now it's been a killer short, so I think trading aggressive on the short side right now is a lot better than trading aggressive on the long side, right? Now, just because you're not trading heavy doesn't mean you can take lighter size and let this work out a dollar in your favor like it did right here, right? On this one particularly, really, just from watching the tape yesterday, really wanted to see it break above 548, 550. So it does that, it pulls back, and this might have maybe faking people out, but on level 2, you had a bunch of bid stacks, and they were actually small, right? So it's like it's a different type of tape. It's a grinder type of tape, where the tape just grinds on multiple continuous small bid stacks, but then buyers are continuing stepping up on this, and things starts to actually open up. And you can see how this was trading on light volume pretty much after the open, this huge consolidation, right? Or I see actually pulled back into this previous zone right here, consolidation. Buyers stepped up, it consolidated, and then once it finally broke, you see all this volume come through, okay? And it did what it had to on the daily, okay? Daily on this one, we're running into a pretty big level right here, okay? Little floor becomes a wall. All right. But yeah, okay. So accordingly, right? Size accordingly to these type of plays so you can avoid taking bigger losses than you actually need to. Okay, if there's not a lot of volume, it's okay to trade. If it's something that you have traded a plan, you back tested, whether you're trading off the level 2 in the tape and zones, areas, trade accordingly, right? So on SPY, right? If I did retrade this, right, I'm not going to go ahead and start slapping 200 contracts inside this area to try to go long or short, just because now if I do that, I'm going to take a lot of cuts. I'm going to give back my gains that I made on this play right here, just this pullback right here. All right, made 60% on this pullback. Trying to play this with the same size, right? And get back my gains, be super frustrated. Now I'm going into, let's go into this, right? So now I'm doing that, right? Now I'm doing this. Now I'm trading with emotion, right? Knowing when I'm wrong, yep, definitely not doing that, right? So, now I'm getting this into this emotional trading thing where I'm over trading, all right? I'm not sizing accordingly, all right? I know I'm wrong, but I'm trying to fight that, right? I'm trading with emotions, and now it's pretty much having FOMO in the sense of like, hey, you know, I fear missing out. I kind of want my gains back. I was just up X amount of dollars right here on this play, and now I'm up peanuts because I was just literally did everything on this list right here. How to avoid taking unnecessary losing trades, or let's put this one in there. Losses. Okay, like that better. How to avoid taking unnecessary losing trades or losses. Okay, so now I just basically did not trade with the plan or a back-tested strategy. Okay, I went against everything. Okay. One of the biggest things I see in trading too, unnecessary losses, right, is not being happy with the gain. All right, trade the chart, trade the plan. Okay, trade the chart, trade the plan. All right, understand A, B, and C after you're back-tested these strategies. Avoid the FOMO, size accordingly, and don't overtrade. All right. Wanted to make this a quick video. Don't want to get into a lot of details. Guys, I'm going to be dropping more content. I do have a small room that I'm helping people, but it's going to be completely different from what you've seen in the past. Okay. I want you guys to learn how to trade. All right. Because day trading is hard. It's risky. Okay. If you're going to put on risk, guys, you got to make sure you have a plan. Know where you're going to stop in. Know when you're going to take some profits. Okay. If you can avoid all this and trade with your plan and lock in a little bit every day, that's where you're going to see the consistent curve start to flip and go up. Okay. All right. That is when you're going to see the growth. All right. If you're getting frustrated and doing 1 through 6 and you're not doing those things and you're over trading, you're not sizing accordingly to the plan or the type of volume that's coming in, then you're going to start bleeding out. Right? Once you start bleeding out, you're going to start losing confidence. You're going to be scared to actually hit an A+ setup, right? If I'm going to sit here and play the chop and don't know, and all of a sudden I see this setup come up and I'm like, whoa, I know what this is to do. And I only buy 10 contracts when the whole time I was hitting this with 100 back and forth. Now I hit this setup that I've back tested with 10 contracts and it goes 60%. And you only make a little bit of money and you're still red on the name. It's frustrating, right? It's better to wait. Every day you come to your setup, it's like, let's mark out levels, all right? Whether you're trading options on a large cap or you're trading small caps or you're trading, if you're going long or short, okay? I have a plan. I'm waiting for things to do something. Something that that I back tested and I've seen over and over and over and over again, okay? That is the biggest thing that you guys are going to gain out of coming to your setup every day and watching everything is experience. And let that roll into months, into years, into a decade, and really reap the benefits of becoming a skilled technical trader, long, short. All right. I think it's going to be really great for you guys to be diversified and going long and short and large caps because we're traders, right? If there is no long edge for so long, because that you're the strategy that you back tested for long is just not working. All right. If the strategy that you back tested for the short's not working, right? What are you gonna do? Just not play long or not play a lot of options, right? And take this into consideration of slowly getting into it. Don't just jump full force into anything, because if you jump into full force thing of trying to short, one, you're not trading with a plan or a back tested strategy. Okay. and now you're blindly following people who've been doing it for years, and you don't know what to look for or what to see on the tape. Okay, you're having FOMO because shorts are working so much that you don't know where to enter or exit, and you're going crazy, right? You don't even know how much size to take in this play, right? And then now you're over trading and you're just blowing up your account trying something new, right? And you don't even know when you're wrong or right on this, right? And trading with emotions, right? Because you just have no idea what is going on. All right. If you guys can get these under control, go back and watch the video of the 5 biggest mistakes I see day traders make, and then how to avoid unnecessary losses and losing trades. I think you're going to start seeing a little curve and things like that, all right? But much love, guys. Hit the thumbs up, drop some comments. I love helping you guys out to get better because it's just amazing to see you guys thrive and I see you guys take your own trades. It's amazing. Like, I just nailed this. I see people posting on Twitter and other places like that. So much love, guys. I will catch you guys in the new year. Let's go.